And thanks for joining us tonight. We get new tonight out of Mount Vernon. A group of businesses who usually compete against each other are actually banding together to help one another stay in business.
So let's get right to our Ben Nandy live with more from local taxi drivers and their employers who are asking the city for a lifeline. Hey, Ben.
We are here outside City Hall where members of this community were making their pleas to the Taxi Cab Commission for a $1 increase in the minimum fare in Mount Vernon. They say that would go a long way. Ultimately, it's going to be the city's decision, but the Taxi Cab Commission can send them a recommendation which could influence them. These companies and drivers say that decision could make or break them.
Fred Nemhard's been a cab driver here in Mount Vernon since 1973. He says it barely makes financial sense anymore to turn on his car.
I drive Brooklyn, drive Queens, any place you want to go, I can take it right now.
He says the COVID-19 pandemic and the emergence of rideshare services have led him to having fewer rides. Meanwhile, his costs to operate are going up.
The rate card, the ACT license, and then they keep up with the car. So, you know, it's not easy to make a living anymore.
Cab company owners and drivers say if the city could pass at least a $1 increase for minimum fares, they could survive a little longer. Reliable taxi service manager Daniel Toon says in 3 years, they've gone from about 2,200 rides per day down to about 1,400 per day. In that same period, he says they've gone from about 75 drivers down to 30, which means longer waits for customers who now have other options. Toon tells me in many cases, owning and driving a cab is a family business, so entire families are suffering during this downturn.
It gets passed down, so whether it's profit or debt, it's going to get passed down, so it's going to make a difference for them.
I got mixed reaction from people around town about whether the $1 increase is worth it to them.
They deserve it, yeah. Yeah, I would pay them, yeah. When I go. I pay them when I go, yeah.
They shouldn't go up, no.
No, why?
So. No, because the cars are not in good condition, so why would you pay more money to drive in a car that's beat up?
One commission member said he'd really like to see more drivers testify about their issues and their plight. He said that would help with their analysis and possibly increase the chances of getting an increase passed. Daniel Toon, who you heard from there in the story, said he's working on getting more drivers there to the next meeting. He says many of them have lost hope about receiving any kind of relief, and he says their absence here tonight is a sign of their low morale. Ben Nandy, News 12.
A difficult time. Thank you, Ben. And we ask you at home tonight, what is